Okay, looks like we're on. How's everybody doing today? I'm Nicodemus Kane. I'm back once again on the couch because today is a day off. I've been told that I work too much. Actually, that's true. Angie, my wife, she told me that I work too much. The company I work for, they told me I work too much. So they told me I needed to take some days off. So this is a day off. It's a Monday. It is December the 7th of 2020. It is 8:52 a.m. I just got up, just got out of the shower. Haven't even had a breakfast yet. Not that I really need it. And I'm here talking to you guys. I have a fairly important message to send out today. Um, for anyone that is watching this on YouTube, you have to know right now that my channel may not exist anymore. Soon. I don't know how soon, but soon. Yesterday, I found out that 3 days ago, I got my first official community guidelines strike. They pulled down a video for violating medical misinformation. I'll show it to you here in a second. And when I show you, because we're going to go over this, we're going to look at their guidelines. When you see what's going on, you will understand that for all the videos that I've done for the past year, 9 months, however long it's been, any one of those videos can be pulled just based upon their guidelines. So this channel may not be here long. I was upstairs talking to Angie about it earlier, and I've been on this channel for maybe 12 years. I think it was about 2008 whenever I started my channel. I've only been posting videos for about 5 years, so it hasn't been that long posting, but I've had this account for 12 years. And from what I understand, when they yank your channel, they yank your channel. You can't get back to it. It's done. So all those saved videos, all those comments and likes and everything I've done for the past 12 years is going to be gone. So what I'm doing is I'm moving everything over as much as I can. I know that I've already, anytime that I had a video where I sat down, put my face on camera, I moved all of those over to BitChute. And I'm going to tell everybody right now, if you're watching this on YouTube and if you continue to like watching my videos, you need to find me on BitChute. It's not that hard. BitChute's not perfect. I even said that myself. It's not a perfect system. It's a little messed up. The search algorithms are a little weird. There's no suggested algorithms. There's a lot of weird stuff on there. But if you can keep to your subscribed channels, it's not so bad. So if you want to find me over there. It's Nicodemus Kane. BitChute at Nicodemus here. Let me pull it up and I'll show you because we got to switch over anyways. You're probably seeing my face all bright right now. Let me see. Back. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to flip you over so you don't have to see my face anymore. Where is... Okay, there we go. Check that. Yeah, it looks good. This is bitchute.com/Nicodemus Kane, one word, just like it is on this one. And then this is my channel. This is where it is. I have just about everything on here. You can see all the old stuff that, I've had on here. This is about the only place you're going to be able to go to find truth anymore. It is what it is. I know there's Minds and Library, and there's a couple other ones. I haven't gone into those yet. But for my sake, for the people that actually listen to me, and I know there's a couple, or maybe 10 people that actually listen and have commented before. I'm moving. I can't be here anymore because, like I said, at any moment they could pop any video I've done for the past 9 months. Their guidelines are so strict that there's no wiggle room. There's literally no wiggle room at all. And it's kind of disheartening, man. Mostly because it just shows how locked in to this censorship world we are. We can't even talk about certain things. You know, we can't even question the narrative. When I show you these things, what comes after these guidelines? You know, I mean, if you can't question what's going on now, then what's going to happen when you can't question the elections, when you can't question politics, you know, can't question protests? What's going to happen then? You know, they're just going to keep creating guidelines and creating guidelines. And I know, again, there's a place you can go. It's called BitChute, where you can find truth. They're still not, you know, I know they censor some things. I've seen some videos get pulled, but it's not like this overwhelming presence that, you know, YouTube is, where they just clean the slate, you know. So there's still a place to go to find information. It's buried, but you got to find it. But what does that say about the future? You know, I mean, it's becoming, we are becoming a very censorship driven world, and a problem with that is nobody's listening to, you know, what anybody says anymore. Nobody wants to hear it because everybody thinks that they have the rules set out before them and they know what's going on. You have no idea what's going on anymore. You have what the people at the top tell you, and you have the people at the bottom that are screaming at you constantly, and you're not listening to them. So here we are. So like I said, this is going up on YouTube. This is probably going to be the video that gets my channel pulled. This is going up on BitChute. I'm going to try to see if I can haul everything over to BitChute, because I have 5 years worth of videos. I know a lot of the video game commentary, yada yada yada. I don't know if I want to save all that stuff. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. What are we going to do? It doesn't matter. I don't have it saved on a hard drive, so I'm losing it. It's going to be gone. I'm not going to get rid of this stuff. I'm not going to give in. They're going to have to take me down. It is what it is. I can't be like the guys on YouTube now where they have to monitor every single word that they say. I monitor stuff. I do that. You know, because I understand that if you say the wrong word, it's going to trigger some kind of computer thing, and it's going to, you know, I monitor what I say. I understand that. But I'm not going to monitor myself to the point to where I have to spell out words just to be able to convey a message to you. You know, I'm not going to do that. I know guys that do that. It's annoying as hell. You know, they're going along saying, you know, yada 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 yada, you know, mask yada yada yada. I'm like, come on, dude, come on. You can't spell out every single word. You have to have some balls. Grow some balls. You know, they're going to take us all down eventually. What are you gonna do? I get it though. We're trying to get the information out to as many people as possible. Okay. So let's get into this. Why not? Let's just go ahead and do this. Let's get it over with. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Again, BitChute/Nicodemus Kane. That's one word. That's just like it is right here. Nicodemus Kane. It's one word. I keep it very plain and simple. I have 0 subscribers. 0 subscribers, and I'm only getting maybe 40, 23, 57. There's people watching, but I don't think they're, you know, it's not like YouTube. YouTube tells you, you know, who watches, how many people watch, how long they watched. You know, it gives you a pretty fair amount of information. These don't really give you any information. It's just kind of blah. But I'm still going to be posting here. I'm still going to be trying to get the truth out. Doing what I can. Doing what I can. I'm going to try to. Let's go to my YouTube. This is my channel dashboard. I don't care if you see it or not. Doesn't matter anymore. 283 subscribers. Most of those came from the one video I did about old Billy Boy Gates and what was it about the patent, the 060606? I think we can still talk about that. Who cares? But that's where most of everybody came from, is that video, and I had like 300 or not 300. You hear me? 300. I bet you I probably had a good 100 people. God, 300. I don't know where that came from. Good 100 people just off of that video alone pop in, do that. Top videos in the last 48 hours. Red Dead Redemption Twitch stream. That tells you what YouTube is pushing. It really does. So anyways, channel violations, active community guideline strikes. So I'm going to click that. It is my warning. And it was on this last video I did. I got this 3 days ago. Policy, medical misinformation. I made an appeal. I put an appeal in. And it was, I understand why they got me, and I can't really argue it because of their rules, you know, because they kind of got me by the balls here. They really do. Let's just making sure that we're still doing good. This list that they have for the COVID-19, the what did we used to call it? I can't remember what we used to call it. The convid. This list that they have for this is absurd. It's absolutely absurd, and it's very specific. Very, very specific. Here, let me go back before we get into this. Let's go to the community guidelines, because I didn't know this was a thing. I mean, I knew the community guidelines were a thing, and I've gone through these before, and I looked through them. You got to kind of go look through them before they let you do anything. But, you know, you got the stuff like the fake engagement. You can't be somebody else. Impersonation, leaks, and, you know, I mean, spam or deceptive practices. I get all that. That's fine. Sensitive content, child safety. Like, yeah, YouTube really cares about child safety. And custom thumbnails, nudity and sexual content, even though there's still nude yoga on YouTube. It's stupid. And suicide and self-injury, even though they can let old what's-his-face go into the suicide forest in Japan and still have a channel. But whatever. Harassment, cyberbullying, you know, there's still plenty of them that I see out there where they are constantly ripping on certain people. Harmful and dangerous content featuring firearms. There's still stuff about guns out there. Sale of illegal or regulated goods. There's probably still those. Hate speech. Oh, there's plenty of conservative hate speech out there. Not hate speech from conservatives. Hate speech about conservatives. I've heard more than enough. And if it's hate speech from conservatives, no, it's getting pulled. Violent criminal organizations, violent and graphic content, which there's plenty of that stuff out there. And then this one right here at the very bottom, which I did not know was a thing, and I have not seen an email or anything about this. Maybe I missed it. I went through my email and looked, and I couldn't find it. But yeah, when they update their policies, usually they send out a message or an email or something. You know, they'll just say, hey, you know, we updated our policies, yada, yada, yada. I never saw anything about this policy. Now, again, I don't keep up with my email for my YouTube channel like I should. You know, I check it maybe once a month, if that. So I just went through my email and looked, and I didn't see it. I didn't see an email that said, hey, we updated our guidelines. Maybe they did, like I said, and I didn't see it, and it accidentally got deleted. I don't know. But I didn't see it. So it's here. It's a thing. It's the misinformation policy. The CV-19. That's what we used to call it. CV. CV, medical misinformation policy, safety of our creators, yada, 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 all the crap. YouTube doesn't allow content about CV-19 that poses a serious risk or egregious harm. Except when you allow all of the videos of the politicians that tell you that you have to lock down your businesses, shut down the businesses and lock down your house, and causes the suicide rates to skyrocket and causes people to go go into bankruptcy because that's how they support themselves. YouTube doesn't allow content that spreads medical misinformation. It contradicts local health authorities or the WHO medical information about the CV. This is limited to content that contradicts the WHO or local health authorities' guidance on treatment, prevention, diagnostic, transmission. Are subject to change in response to changes in global or local health authorities' guidance on the disease. This policy was published on May 20th. Maybe that's why. It's been so long. Which is interesting, though, because if it was published on May 20th, man, I've been doing a lot of videos since then. I don't even know where you guys have been. I'm waiting for you guys to come to me, So, this is the first section. This is the general information. You can't talk about treatment, prevention, diagnostic, or transmission. You can't talk about any of this stuff unless you have a medical degree and unless you're part of the big medical, you have to be part of the local health authorities because the authorities are the only ones that can have health. Let me tell you what, we just joked about this today. I have the same medical degree that old Billy Boy Gates has. Believe me. What this policy means for you, if you're posting content, here's where this gets so specific. Just talking about how specific these guidelines are will probably get my second strike. Just talking about them. And this is everything that we've talked about over the past 9 months that we can go to all of these different sources and hear them say it themselves. But it's out there. This information is out there. And this is exactly what they don't want us talking about. So let's talk about it. Treatment misinformation discourages someone from seeking medical treatment by encouraging the use of cures or remedies to treat the CV. All right, here we go. Some of this is purely evil, too. Some of this is really bad. Content that encourages the use of home remedies in place of medical treatment, such as consulting a doctor or going to the hospital. You can't use home remedies? If you get sick, I can't tell you to stay home and just ride out the flu? The hell? That's what that says. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I can't tell you anything. This is an opinion piece. Can I put that out there right now? This is an opinion. This is my opinion. This is me opinionating on a factual document because I got a strike and I wanted to talk about it. This is an opinion piece. I'm not giving anybody any information. Content. Here it is. This is the one that I saw and I said, oh, really? Content that encourages the use of prayer or rituals in place of medical treatment. You can't talk about praying to God to heal you. That's what that says. Now, granted, I'm not a Christian Scientist. I don't know. I knew some Christian Scientists when I was in college, and I get why they do the things they do. Does that mean that I can't send you, prayers? I can't, or I just can't talk about it. I can't tell you on a video that if you're sick, that you should probably pray. I can't tell you to pray for guidance on what to do. Like if you didn't know what to do, if you had a concern, about anything whatsoever, I can't tell you to pray for guidance for that. If you have what? And these are things that if you talk about it, your channel's going to get pulled. That's what this is. That's how crazy this is. They made this because all the other guidelines on the YouTube guidelines are so open-ended. They've been so open-ended. There's been people that have talked about this for years now, about how open-ended they are, and that whenever you get a strike, sometimes you don't even know why. They won't specifically tell you, but this specifically tells you. This specifically narrows it down that if you say even the slightest wrong thing, they will yank your video. They'll yank your channel. We're only 2 bullet points in, and this is very specific, and it just gets worse. This is the worst kind of censorship, the absolute worst kind of censorship possible. I'll get into the whole, it's their platform, they can do whatever they want. I'll get into that at the end of the video. But as of right now, I'm just saying this is the worst kind of censorship that anybody can put on anything. It's absolutely insane. Content that claims that a shot for the CV is available or that there's a guaranteed cure. Well, okay, so there's a shot available. I don't know if there's guaranteed cure. apparently they're putting the shots out now. I don't know. or there's a guaranteed cure. So the doctors that came out, what was it, back in May, that went out to the steps of the Capitol building or wherever it was in Washington, D.C., if you post and talk about them, you might get your channel pulled. And I don't know if they've got a cure. I don't know. I think it's interesting that there's a lot of people talking about it. A lot of actual medical health authorities. Are they not the right medical authorities? I don't know. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. Claims about CV shots that contradict expert consensus from local health authorities. Claims about the shots that contradict expert consensus. Well, I'm not going to go into what the expert consensus is, but I can tell you that there are plenty of people out there, other health authorities, doctors, that argue with the health authorities and doctors that, claim to be on top. This isn't a war of when it comes to this kind of stuff, the medical authorities, it's not a war against the little people against the big people. There's doctors that constantly fight with doctors because science is not supposed to be settled. It's not. If there's a claim, you have to look at that claim and you have to go through it. You can't just say, "Oh, we know exactly what's going on," and then boom, there you go. It doesn't work like that. You have to have these dialogues, these conversations. There has to be this testing, of things to be able to. But that's not the world we live anymore. Now it's like, you're gonna do what we say, not, and it's gonna be. It is what it is. Where are we at? Content that claims that any currently available medicine prevents you from getting the CV. I've never said anything about that. I don't know if there's any medicine that you can. I know that they're. I know that. Can we even talk about the immune system anymore? Will that trip the algorithms? Can we not talk about that anymore? I've always been told that living a healthy lifestyle, eating a lot of fruits and vegetables and going out in the sun, it's what I was told. I'm not telling anybody to do it. I'm just telling you what I was told was that if you exercise and eat healthy and get some sun and, not restrict your airways, I've always been told that actually does a world of good. Can I get my video pulled just for saying that? Do all these new age healer guys, do they get their videos pulled? Is there a new age healer on YouTube right now that's telling you that you need to have certain meditations You know, is there somebody out there that tells you that if you have the right certain rocks that you can fight this? Is there? Are they going to get their channel pulled? You know, it just seems. Oh God, I can't even. Where are we at? Other content that discourages people from consulting a medical professional or seeking medical advice. I've done that. I admit that 100%. What is this? What is the issue of selection? Doesn't say what? Can I tell them about stuff? Doesn't match what I see in the product. Hard to understand. Unclear or translation. I don't know what this is. I'm not even going to get into this nonsense. I'm not even. It just doesn't. This is so absurd. I'm not going to tell you what to do. This is basically saying though that if you're sick, and if you get sick, if you're like me, and if you get sick every year at the exact same time, because I get sick every year, November, December. That's usually my big hit, my one big hit where I got to take a week off because I get sick. It's usually when it is November, December. It doesn't happen so much anymore because I stopped eating a lot of really bad things in November and October. And I think that might be a part of it. I don't know. It's just speculation on my part. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a medical professional, but I do have the same degree that Bill Gates has. But I've cut out a lot of different foods that I used to eat and a lot of different crap that I used to eat. So I don't get as sick as I used to. I don't know if it means anything. I don't know if it does. I just know that I haven't gotten sick yet. And I'm hoping I don't get sick. But if I get sick, whatever, I'm at home. It doesn't matter to me. But every year I get sick. And every year somebody says, oh, you should probably go to the doctor. And I say, no, it's just my yearly flu. I'm just going to lay at home and get better. It's what I do. So now I can't say, if you get sick and if it's normal, you should probably do whatever they tell you to do. Shit. Prevention misinformation. Here we go. This is the one. Every bullet point in this is everything. It's very specific. This is extremely specific. This is everything that every truther channel has talked about. And a lot of this information, we can go out and we can find the exact sources where they talked about this. You can go find the patents on this stuff. You can go find where mainstream news media places have talked about this. This is searchable information. This is true stuff, but you can't talk about it on YouTube. It's completely absurd. It's truthful, factual information that is out there in the world that you can find and read for yourself, but you can't talk about it. That is purely agenda-driven censorship, without a doubt. Check it out. Content that promotes prevention methods that contradict local health authorities. Claims that there is a guaranteed prevention method for the CV. There probably is. Don't get tested. Claims that an approved CV shot will cause death, infertility, or contraction of other infectious diseases. Well, we already know that somebody that took the experimental shots, what was it, 2 months ago? We already know that somebody died from it. They took it, 2 weeks later they died. It's like it did something to their spine or something, and then it just like got in their brain and killed them. That's factual. That was mainstream media. Go look it up. But I can't talk about it. I'm not saying it's real or not, but I'm just saying that, the information's out there. You should probably go look it up for yourself, because I can't put it. If I talk about it here, my channel will be gone. Claims that an approved CV shot will contain substances that are not on the shot ingredient list claims that an approved shot will contain substances that are not on the, okay, I was reading it wrong, that are not on the ingredient list, such as fetal tissue. Okay. So, somebody, and I don't know if it was true. I don't know if it was true, but somebody got their hands on a box for the shots, and on the box it talks about a specific thing, and somebody looked up that specific thing, and they went to look up what this stuff was made of, and it said aborted fetal tissue. Now I don't know if it's true, but it's out there. It's out there to go look at. Make up your own mind. I can't tell you what it is and isn't thing. I'm not a medical professional, even though I have the same degree as Billy Boy Gates. That's very specific. That's very specific. And we've known about this stuff for a while, but it's very, very specific. Can't talk about it. Get your channel pulled. Claims that an approved CV shot will contain substances or devices meant to track or identify those who've received it. Now, I haven't heard that these new shots will have it. I have only heard that these new shots will have an RFID chip in them, not in the shot, but on the syringe, so that you can track the shot itself, track the syringe. I don't know if it injects anything in you. I know what they've talked about, and this is stuff you can go find out for yourself. I am not a medical professional, but I do have the same degree as Gates. But they've talked about this where it is a patch. You put the patch on. The patch itself has a tracking system in it. I don't know if that's what they're using or not. I'm not saying that's what they're going to use. I'm just saying that it's out there. It's a real thing you should go look for. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't know about the whole, nanotechnology stuff. I don't know just how much of that is true. Somebody could probably say, "Oh yeah, it's really true." It's like, okay, but I personally haven't found that. It is my opinion that this will work in conjunction with other things. We've seen the patents. We've gone and looked at the patents of where they say that there's something that you can have on your body or in your body that will look at every part of your system. It will tell how much you've walked. It will tell you where you've walked. It will tell you what your heartbeat is. It will tell you what your temperature is. There's a patent for these things. This is real. This isn't me just making this up. This is real. It will tell you all this stuff. Now, that has to be in your system or on your body in some way, shape, or form. I'm not saying they're going to inject you with that stuff. I'm just saying that's a real thing. It is my opinion that it may or may not happen. I don't know. But don't listen to me. I'm not a medical professional. I just have the same degree as Bill Gates. Claims that an approved CV shot will alter a person's genetic makeup. Go look up the RNA. This has been mainstream media news. There is probably a mainstream media video about this on YouTube itself. I know there's a video of some guy talking about this on YouTube, some medical professional talking about this on YouTube. That those videos never got pulled, but it's got to be up there. It's got to be out there somewhere. This is a real thing. This is something they're talking about. They're saying that, these are going to go in and they're going to change your body. Hold on a second. They say these things are going to go in and they're going to be programmable. Now, I don't know how that works. I'm not a medical professional. But they're talking about this. If they're talking about it, why can't we talk about it? I'm not saying it's real. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm just saying that there are people out there in like TED Talks and stuff like that that are saying this stuff actually is a thing. But we can't talk about it. this is a this is a conspiracy theorist checklist is what this is. This is basically saying if you even remotely step over this line, we are going to take your channel because we don't want you talking about this. Is exactly what this is. We don't want you talking about this. Bam, you're gone. You're done. Channel's out of here. History. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. But this is the level of censorship we've hit now. And YouTube is a private company. I mean, that's what I said. They can do whatever they want. But this is crossing a line. I mean, we have officially crossed a line now that we can't talk about anything anymore. That's what they want. You can't talk about the party. You're not allowed to talk about the party. This is it. It's 1984. Claims that any shots cause contraction of CV. Contraction. I don't know what that means. Contraction of CV. Claims that a specific population will be required by any entity except for a government. Whoa. Let's try it again. Claims that a specific population will be required. Let's not worry about that. Will be required to take part in shot trials or receive the shot first. There have been those that have been saying that they want to have that's a very specific. A lot of them had said 75% of the population needs to, and this isn't me talking. This is the TV health professionals talking. This isn't me saying that we need to have at least 75%. But you didn't hear it from me. You heard it from them. I'm not a medical health professional, even though I have the same degree as Bill Gates. Claims that a specific population will be required by any entity except for a government. Take part. By any entity except for a government. Claims that a specific population that is not a government, that is not your local elected officials. What? That's so weird. Why would they put that in there? Man. Diagnosis information. Content that promotes diagnostic methods that contradict local health authorities. Diagnosis methods. You gave us the diagnosis methods. Actually, that's probably more about testing. You know, we can't. You can't really have we can't really say diagnosis methods because apparently asymptomatic people are the worst people in the world. You're asymptomatic. Oh, you got it. That's it. You're dead. But I don't know anything. I'm not a health official. Transmission misinformation. Content that promotes transmission information that contradicts local health authorities. So basically all of this is if it contradicts what the people on TV say, then you can't do it. It's just what this is. Content that claims that CV is not caused by a viral infection. Claims that CV is not contagious. We don't know that. How do we know that other than the local health authorities? What if they're lying? What if they are lying? It's just a question. I'm just posing a question. What if they're lying? What if it, I mean, you can tell us all day, every day, these people are saying that. Okay, fine. I get that they're saying that, but what if they're not telling the truth? How do we vet that? We can't vet that because we can't talk about it. You've made us socially distance ourselves from other people to be able to talk about this. You've broken up families. You've taken away our opportunity to be able to have a say, and now you're doing this. If you can't get the information out there, how are we supposed to talk about it? We're not. You're just supposed to follow the rules and do what you're told. That's not freedom. That's tyranny. It's tyranny, people. Come on. I've been railing on this one for a while now. It's tyranny. claims content that claims that CV cannot spread in certain climates. Well, it's very interesting. Back in April and May, they told us that when the temperature rises, when it gets warmer, it's just going to kill everything off. This is true. This was mainstream news. They said that when it gets summer, it's just going to burn it all out and we'll be okay. But sure enough, as soon as the summer hit, it was like, oh no, it's not working. Content that claims that any group or individual has immunity or cannot transmit. Is there any group that can't transmit? I don't know. Is there? Content that disputes the efficacy of the local health authorities on physical distancing or self-isolation. Disputes the efficacies. Well, you know what? Okay, I don't want to dispute the efficacy of what they said. I want to dispute the rulings that the elected officials, the politicians, when they kept telling us that it was okay to go protest the Black Lives Matter movement, but it's not okay to protest the lockdowns. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the parties in the streets when Joe Biden supposedly got elected for president, but I can't talk about the ability for people to get together to have a wedding or a funeral. That's the stuff I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about the efficacy of what the local health authorities say, even though I don't like, we could talk about it, but I would rather talk about that. But whatever. Educational, documentary, scientific, or artist content. This is why I didn't do this last night, because I found out about this last night. Because I got to, it's my day off. I got to stay up late. And I found out it was about 9, 10 o'clock at night. And I was going to do a video last night, but I said, man, I'm just too hot. I'm too hot and I'm too frustrated. I said, look, I'm gonna chill out, sleep on it, wake up, do a video. So now that I'm here doing a video, I'm like, oh, I'm hot, man. I'm hot. This just pissed the further we go down this list, and there's more. There's still more. The further we go down this list, it's eating me up. We may allow content that violates the misinformation policies noted on this page if that content includes context that gives equal or greater weight to countervailing views from local health authorities or to medical or scientific consensus. We may also make exceptions if the purpose of the content is to condemn or dispute misinformation that violates our policies. This context must appear in the images or audio of the video itself. Providing it in the title or description is insufficient. Must appear in the image. Okay, so how do I do this one? As long as it gives equal or greater weight to the countervailing views. Okay. It may be real. It may be that all of this locking down, social distancing, mask wearing, shot taking, it may be that it's actually going to make everything go back to normal. It may be that our local health officials may be telling the truth. It may be that they know exactly what's going on and that, none of this is going to lead to some tyrannical new world order where medical martial law is the rule. It may be that everything is going to be peachy and fine. But my position is that no, I don't think it's going to be fine. I'm not going to give you medical information on how to live your life. I'm going to tell you, you need to find out for yourself, think for yourself, do your own research, make up your own mind. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what I have found. I'm going to show you the websites. I'm going to show you where to find the information, and you're going to have to make up your own mind. But the counter argument, this may all be what they tell us it is. I doubt it. I am the counter argument. That does not violate that right there. Equal or greater weights. I can't give equal or greater weights. All I can say is it can be true. It can be true, but I doubt it. It's an opinion. It's an opinion. Everything I've ever said has been an opinion. I don't know if I've probably said a lot of statements. I've probably made a lot of statements that I've probably said, I don't know. It's an opinion piece. It's a vlog. It's an opinion piece. You take it as you will. I've always said you take it as you will. Do your own research. Do your own research. That's all I can say. If the purpose of the content is to condemn or dispute misinformation, okay, is to condemn or dispute information that violates our policies. See, you can't condemn and dispute misinformation of the local health authorities. You can only disprove or dispute or condemn or dispute misinformation of what violates their policies. So anything in the list that we said before, if you find information about anything we said before and put it out there, you're okay. But you can't, if you find something that somebody said here and you find a completely counter argument over here, you can't talk about it. Like the this is too good. I can't talk about the news. You remember back in what was it, May? I think it was May, where they were saying talking about the guy that died of the 4-hour erection caused by a blood clot because of the CV. You remember whenever I was talking about that? I think I actually put that on the thing. I don't want to go through Twitter. Go through Twitter right now. It doesn't matter. Let me see. Probably just showing this is probably getting me. Here it is. July. Man suffers 4-hour erection with the CV infection. This was a real thing. I don't remember where this came from, though. But it's out there. You can look this up. This was a real thing. And then this came out December 5th. It could cause erectile dysfunction. These counter each other's arguments. This right here is what I would call a misinformation. It's either that or it's science. And science is never completely proven. So if it's science, then maybe we should start talking about other stuff too. Right? Because the science is never proven. So maybe in July, you could get a 4-hour erection. But in December, now you got erectile dysfunction. So let's start talking about other stuff, But you can't talk about it unless, you're under the YouTube guidelines. You see what I mean? You gotta talk about what they want to talk about. That's literally what they said. You can only talk about what we want you to talk about. You want to have a YouTube channel, you have to talk about what we want to talk about. Examples of educational, documentary, yada, yada, yada. Here are some examples of content that's not allowed on YouTube. This is very specific. This is part 2 of conspiracy theorist checklists. Pull your channel. Denial that it exists. Claims that people have not died from it. No, but I can show you where they say that they lie about the numbers. Claims that, hold on a second. Oh man, I'm yelling so much my throat's starting to hurt. Claims that any shot is a guaranteed prevention method. Really? We can't claim that if you get it, you'll be fine because they don't want you to have just one. They want you to have like 2 or 3. Claims that a specific treatment or medicine is a guaranteed cure. Claims that certain people have immunity due to their race or nationality. That's interesting because I have seen the videos of the Jewish talking about how only the goyim can get the CV. Wow. And that's nothing against anybody. I just saw a video of two Jewish guys that were saying that only the goyim can get the CV. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's real. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not saying it's Israel. Fuck's sakes. That was bad. I'm sorry. That was bad. But yeah, I saw that video. Oh shit! Did that video get pulled? YouTube? Did it get pulled? I don't know if it got pulled or not. Are you gonna leave that on there? Oh man, encouraging take-home remedies instead of getting medical treatment. No. If I get sick, I'm just gonna stay home and be sick. I'm going to stay home and be sick. You do whatever the hell you want to do. Don't tell me what to do. If I get sick, I'm going to stay home and I'm going to do what I do. I'm not going to seek medical treatment. You get over the flu. It's a week. You get over it. You get up. You move on. That's what I do. You do whatever you want to do. How about we do it that way? Discouraging people from consulting a medical professional if they're sick. I do what I want to do. You do what you do. Don't tell me what to do. Content that claims that holding your breath can be used as a diagnostic test. Oh shit. What is happening here? What is that? That is so specific. I have not heard anything about that. I'm sorry. Content that claims that holding your breath can be used as a diagnostic tool. Who said that? Who said that? Holding your breath can be used as a diagnostic tool. Wow. I'd love to see those videos, but I can't because they probably got pulled from YouTube. Videos alleging that if you avoid Asian food, you won't get the CV. Oh, this was turned into a comedy act. I'll tell you, if you avoid Asian food, you probably won't get the shits. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, God. Is it in the food? Can we talk about food? Can we talk about lab-grown meat yet? Can we talk about the 3D printed steaks? Can we talk about that crap? Videos alleging that setting off fireworks can clean the air of the virus and prevent the spread. Wow. These are so overly specific, stupid ass things. I've never even heard of this. Oh, but it's so hilarious. This is a comedy routine, man. Claims that CV is caused by wow. Claims that the CV is caused by the radiation from. You can't even say you can't even say 5G because you know how it is. And I don't know. I really don't know. You know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I like to say that there's a coincidence. There's a really heavy coincidence when we've turned on certain electrical fields in the world that, you know, the next year after that, people start getting sick. I think it's a hell of a coincidence. We're not for, if you want to believe the current evolutionary system for 100,000 years, you know, human beings have lived without all these electrical fields, you know, bombarding them constantly. And that, within the past 100 years, since they've started turning all this shit on, that we have started developing disease after disease. I don't even know. I mean, I'm sure cancer was a thing, back in the 1800s, okay? But it's not like it is now. And I'm sure that's probably got to do with food, and it's got to do with all kinds of other stuff. But what if it is? Have we done studies about electronic radiation? I'm not even talking about that kind of, I'm talking about electronic radiation. We live in houses where we have wiring that goes through the walls. We live in these like closed-in Faraday cages. Is this healthy for us? How do we know? These are questions. I don't know. I'm not a medical professional. I just have the same degree that, Billy Boy Gates has. I ask questions. That's all I'm doing is asking questions. How do we know? I think it's coincidental. Put it that way. I'm not going to tell you what to think, and I'm not going to tell you anything about it. But I just think it's coincidental. It's an opinion piece. Videos alleging that CV test is the cause. Well, I don't know. Claims that countries with hot climates will not experience the spread. Even though you said that it would kill it. Even though you said that when it gets hot, that it will kill it off. Even though you said that it doesn't stick to things like you thought it would. Even though you say this, and you even tested it. You told us you tested it. Videos alleging that social distancing and self-isolation are not effective in reducing the spread of the CV. I don't know. I don't know. I'll tell you what, the social distancing and self-isolation may be effective in reducing that, but it's also effective in making people suicidal, making people very depressed, making... I've seen more than enough videos of people having to visit their loved ones in hospitals where they have to talk to where their mother or their grandmother is on the other side of a pane of glass, begging them to come in and give them a hug, begging them to come in and see them, to touch them, to be with them. I've seen enough of those videos to make me sick. And the more that I see that, the more that I just want to scream. The more that I just want to go, ugh. It makes me sick. It's disgusting. It's disgusting what we're doing. And I will say that. I don't care if it reduces anything or not. The fact that we're doing it and we're making people suffer because of it is sickening. Claims that the shot will kill people who receive it. You've already said one of them actually had something wrong with their spine and then they died like a week later, 2 weeks later. Claims that the CV shot will be used as a means of population reduction. I will not say that it will be used as a means of population reduction. What I will say is the number one person that is saying that we need it the most, the number one person that is saying that we need it the most, that has said that we can't get back to normal until 75% of everybody in the world gets the shot. He has gone on record and said that if they do a good enough job with shots, that they can reduce population growth by 15% in the next 10 years. It's not what I say. I'm not saying that. The guy that pushes for the shots, that says that 75% of everybody in the world needs to have one, has said he can reduce the population growth by 15%. That's what he said. Not what I say. I'm not going to tell you that it's going to kill everybody off. That's probably why they popped me, because I probably did say it, but I'm not going to say it on YouTube anymore. So there you go. I'm not going to say it. I'm not a health professional. I don't know. Videos claiming that the CV shot will contain fetal tissue. Again, you should go look for that up for yourself. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Claims that the flu shot causes contraction of CV. I don't know what that means. Contraction. Like if you get one, then it'll take care of the other? I don't know. Claims that the CV shot causes contraction of other infectious diseases, makes people more vulnerable? I don't know. Maybe it does. Can we ask that question? Maybe it does. It's not a very tested. It's not very tested. You know, they usually test these things for 3 or 4 years before they put them out. It's only been 9 months. So no, I have a doubt. In my opinion, I have a doubt. Claims that the CV shot will contain a microchip or tracking device. Well, there's patents. I'm not going to say it will or won't, but there's patents out there that sure as hell say that it could. What happens if content violates policy? If your content violates policy, we'll remove the content and send you an email to let you know. This is your first time violating our community guidelines, which I did. You'll get a warning and no penalty. If it is not, we'll issue a strike against your channel. If you get 3 strikes, your channel will be terminated, and you can learn more about the striking system here. I have my first strike. This is my first official strike. I already said this is my first. I got the warning. I appealed it last night. I'm probably not going to. I'm probably not going to have it appealed. I don't know. We'll find out. The one time I did it, the last time that it happened, and I made a video, was whenever I did the one talking about the what was it? Let's go down here. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. It was this one, right? No. Yeah, this one. What was this called? Yeah, that pandemic video. This was the first one that got yanked. And I got a strike for it. And I just was talking about it. And I asked, I appealed it. I appealed it to YouTube, and I said, well, what does this mean? You're not telling me what I did wrong. All I am is just talking about it. I just had questions about it. I wasn't even talking about what was in the video. I was talking about the people that made the video. So I was like, what's going on here? Tell me exactly what I did wrong, and I'll fix it. I mean, if I did something that absolutely, completely violates their system, I have no problem of just pulling the video and re-recording the message if I have to. But they have to prove to me 100% that I did something wrong, And that was just something that, it was within a week they put it back up. It was like, whatever. They didn't tell me they put it back up. They just put it back up. It was like, okay, whatever, there you go. So, the appeals work to a point. But we can go down this list. This one got removed because of that. Man, come on now. We just go down the list. Talking about the rituals and masks. Apparently I can talk about having a revolution against our country. All I want. Numerology stuff. done with talking about the COVIDity. Inflated numbers. This one. This one right here. This is the video of the like 5 or 6 different places where the health officials, I guess the ones that we're supposed to listen to, were saying that, they count anybody that dies with it as dying from it. And that didn't get pulled? Doesn't that fall under the category of, you can't talk about people not dying from it? Isn't that part of it? And the worst part is that I've talked about all this other stuff. So any one of these videos can be yanked. Just absolutely any one of these can be pulled. There's one about case numbers right there. There's that YouTube pulled one of my videos. If it's fake, what are they? Oh, that's all the what's his face? Trace Act. The Trace Act was when we were talking about them tracing us. CV in your testicles. The U.S. bill, whatever. That's another one of those tracing things, if I remember right. And then we get down to the NTAG stuff, the RFID, the patent, the 060606 patent. It's all out there. It's all stuff that I've talked about. Any one of these can be pulled in a second. So this is probably without a doubt, this could be my last video just because I'm talking about this stuff. And again, it's YouTube's platform. What's the thing they say that if something is free, then you're the product? I think that's what they say. So I can't really argue with it. They set the rules. We don't have to like it, and I don't like it. I think it's ridiculous. YouTube, I think your community guidelines are ridiculous. You are the worst form of censorship possible. And I will say that to your face all day, every day. You are the worst form of censorship in the world for what you're doing with this whole thing. You can't allow other voices. You have to have these policies to protect whoever it is you're trying to protect. You're not protecting us, even though some of us are trying to protect us. You're protecting your own self-interest and the interests of the people that are putting money in your pockets. That is exactly what's happening. There's just no other reason. There's no other reason for it. If it were truly an open and honest forum of having our voices be heard, you wouldn't be doing that. But this is what you're doing. So I don't use YouTube anymore for truth. There's not many truthers left. I use BitChute. A lot of the guys already went over there. Like I said, it's not an easy platform to navigate, but it's all we've got right now. Your voice will not be heard by as many people because it's a smaller platform, but it is what it is. I have 0 subscribers. If you're subscribed here and if you want to hear me at all, go to BitChute. Don't be scared of it. Go to BitChute. Because that's... Oh, man. Oh. That's where I'm going to be, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to keep doing these videos. I'm going to keep going. I'm not purposely going to try to antagonize the beast. But I have to say what my Father in heaven tells me to say. if he tells me that I need to tell you to go pray for healing, that's what I got to say. It is what it is. He has that list. That list. I gotta look that up. I gotta look up the whole. If you hold your breath. Okay, here we go. Here we go. The claim is that if you hold your breath for 10 seconds and not cough or experience discomfort, then you can't have the virus. Sorry, guys. Then you can't have the virus because there's no CV related damage. If you can hold your breath for 10 seconds. That is the stupidest thing I've heard. That is stupid. Wow. Wow. I know I was on camera for that whole thing. Sorry. Oh man. I don't even know anymore. Guys, I don't to be honest, to tell you the truth, this one so this one kind of brought it home for me a little bit. Yeah, it kind of opened my eyes to what's kind of happening. You know, really clinched it. Um, I don't want to say that this scared me. It didn't really scare me, but it definitely put me in a position where I'm starting to really wonder what happens next. They've been talking about a lot of very scary dictatorial things on the news lately. Very tyrannical things, and there's not a lot of people that are standing up and fighting. I mean, there's a lot of people that are starting to stand up and fight different things. You know, very small pockets, but the majority of people, I just still see them just sitting around doing nothing. You know, I'm getting a lot of I'm getting a lot of random flack from my family too. Nobody's really believing anything, and it just I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, but I'm going to tell you right now, Jesus said that he didn't come to bring people together. He came to separate people. And I'm starting to find out that that's going to be more true than anything else. Is that you're going to see a lot of families get divided, heavily get divided over what's coming. I saw a Twitter post from somebody this morning that said that, well, I know that my family won't be taking the shot. And all I could think was, are you sure about that? Because I think when push comes to shove, you're going to find out that a lot of your family probably isn't going to be following along with your beliefs. And I kind of think it's true. You know, I kind of think that's where things are headed right now. Is that when it comes time, when it comes time for everybody to make those choices, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. So it kind of brought it home for me. It really did. It kind of, that's why I couldn't do one last night. Because if I did one last night, it'd just be rage and hate. But today I had to pray on it a little bit. And I had to sleep on it. I had to, let it simmer down. But this may well be my last video on YouTube. It may get on YouTube for 2 minutes and then get pulled. So you'll never hear this message. if you even remotely listen to me on this channel, go to BitChute. Go to BitChute. I will make a separate video. I will make a separate video right after this video and post it saying if you even remotely listen to me, go to find me on BitChute, because this is, I don't know if you'll hear this message. I don't know if anybody will hear this message. I'm only reaching like 20, 30 people a video anyways. I don't know if people are hearing it. I don't know if they can make it past the first 5 seconds of my face. I don't know. I tell it the way it is. I'm not going to sit here and make myself all pretty for you. I'm not going to sit here and, do the game. I'm not going to play the game. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you to your face what's going on. And if you don't like it, if YouTube doesn't like it, if anybody doesn't like it, you don't have to listen to it. Apparently, if YouTube doesn't like it, they'll just pull my videos, whatever. Angie says I'm still doing God's work. Angie says I'm still putting out his message. So I have to go with that. Still doing his work. I'm going to keep doing his work. For now, I'm going to stop and I'm going to go enjoy my day off because I got a day off. I will see you guys later. Take care. God bless you all. Hopefully we can get through this. I know we can if we all just stand up to it. That's just all there is to it. We have to stand up to it. They are talking about going door to door. There was a general or something said that, we have to have the infrastructure in place of taking the shots door to door and putting them in people's arms. That's literally what he said, right at the door. So I've already said if it gets that bad, somebody's taking a bullet. I don't know. Guys, take it easy.